I've never been the same since I saw this movie.
Simply one of our best directors ever.
It's amazing. It's beautiful to look at. It's entertaining.
This is a terrific movie. It's one of my all-time favorites.
I think it's a perfect essential.
Gun Crazy, 1950. I knew this wasn't made for much money, but it's a much more polished film than I expected.
John Dahl is really handsome and charming in this film.
Peggy Cummins was one of the really great women of film noir.
I think the characters in this film have that great magnetic passion.
The darling of London, England, Miss Annie Laurie Starr.
Do you like this film, Gun Crazy?
I do, and I first saw it about, oh my goodness, 20 years ago, because I actually did a film called Gun Crazy.
For television, and then they released it as a film,
Exactly. Right? It had sort of thematic similarities and a similar title.
But not a straight remake.
But it was not a straight remake. Right. But that was why I'd seen it in the first place, was for research. And then I went back and rewatched it when we put it on our list, and it was a whole new movie to me.
I was surprised because I'd always thought of it as a independent film, which it was, but I never expected it to have the studio look that it had. I mean, the great cinematography by Russell Harlan, who did To Kill a Mockingbird. Music by Victor Young, who was this great composer for Paramount for years. Beautiful music score. You know, I missed it when it came out, as many people did. Nobody paid any attention to it when it was, particularly when it was called originally Deadly as the Female. It didn't do any business, and it kind of disappeared, and then people found it years later, rediscovered it. And particularly the tracking, there's a great tracking shot, as you know.
Yep. And all that dialogue was improvised.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I told you to stay in the car.
I couldn't help it. The copper came out then. Pass the car. Go on.
I will.
So I kind of expected a looser, more unfinished-looking kind of film, but I thought it was terrific. And she's great, Peggy Cummins. British actress with John Dahl, who was wonderful in The Corn is Green with Bette Davis. Good cast.
I really liked him, and I found him so appealing. He reminded me of like some modern actors today who sort of have that look where they're very handsome, but they have this great attainability, and he just had a wonderful sort of charm about him. And he struck me a lot more as the empathetic character this time when I was watching it. And as a woman, I was like, she's nuts. I mean, her eyes, she has the craziest eyes I've ever seen. It's amazing what she does with her eyes in this movie.
Well, she came to last year's TCM Classic Film Festival from England, and she is the sweetest, nicest, she's so beautiful, but still, and she is so sweet, so dear. It's so hard to believe that she could be this tough lady that she is in the movie, ready to kill.
She really, you know, has an amazing sort of manipulative way of being the catalyst for everything that goes on in this movie. And it's amazing to watch this man sort of anxiously be dragged through it, but voluntarily, you know, does it. But their team definitely has a leader and a follower dynamic, which I didn't notice when I was 16.
Yes. We could also point out that this movie was, as you'll see on the screen, is written by McKinley Cantor and Millard Kaufman. However, McKinley Cantor is really the one who wrote the original story that was published in a magazine. Millard Kaufman had nothing to do with the movie, and he was actually a front for Dalton Trumbo. This made during the time Dalton Trumbo was, you know, blacklisted in Hollywood and couldn't write. In fact, they never met. They never met in their lifetime. And yet
he
for
got
years,
the credit.
He got the credit, yeah.
And it was taken from a story in the Saturday Evening Post.
By McKinley Cantor. Yeah. Well, let's see the movie.
Okay.
Here it is, a film noir classic from United Artists in 1950, Gun Crazy.